Welcome to the Deep Dive. It's July 2025, and you've given us this great list of the newest Google Cloud Platform technology nuggets from the first half of the month. Our mission today really is simple. We're diving into these updates. We want to pull out the most important, maybe the most surprising, and definitely the most useful facts for you. Think of this as, your shortcut, getting you genuinely well-informed about what's changing on GCP and, crucially, what it means for your projects. Okay. Let's unpack this.
Absolutely, yeah. The goal is to cut through all the noise, pinpoint those critical announcements across AI, infrastructure, data, and security, and really explain why they matter. Whether you're, just starting out or maybe an intermediate user building things on Google Cloud Platform, we want to make sure you grasp not just what's new, but understand why it could be a game changer for what you're doing.
Okay, let's jump right in then. The world of AI, it just keeps accelerating, doesn't it? It feels like GCP is constantly rolling out new ways to make AI more accessible, more powerful for us. Now, when you're building those conversational AI agents, managing context, like making sure the agent remembers the conversation and keeping costs down, those can be big hurdles.
Yep.
What's new on GCP that tackles this head on?
Yeah, that's a really common challenge, you're right. The answer here is something called Memory Bank. It's a brand new managed service, part of Google Cloud's Vertex AI agent engine. Its whole purpose, really, is to help you build these highly personalized agents that can have much more natural, sort of continuous conversations. What's really powerful, I think, is how it directly addresses those limitations you mentioned. It intelligently manages the context window size and make sure you're using that context cost efficiently. Think about like a support bot that actually remembers your specific issue from last month without needing a full recap. It's fully integrated with the Agent Development Kit, the ADK.
The toolkit for building agents.
Exactly, and the agent engine sessions.
So for developers actually building on GCP, this isn't just about smarter agents. It sounds like it's about agents that feel more intuitive and maybe are cheaper to run for those longer chats.
Precisely. Less resource intensive, more natural, and speaking of sophisticated agents, we're seeing this big push now towards multi-agent systems. So instead of one giant AI trying to do everything, Google Cloud's guidance now is often to break down complex logic. You have multiple specialized agents, often managed by a central coordinator agent. The source material actually gives you step-by-step guidance using the ADK on how to build these individual agents, give them their tools, and then create that crucial coordinator.
Okay, that makes sense for tackling complexity. But once you have multiple agents, maybe they're built by different teams or even different companies, how do they actually talk to each other? How do they collaborate?
That's a critical question, yeah. Interoperability. And that's where the agent-to-agent framework, or A2A, comes into play. It's highlighted as this industry-leading open-source protocol. It's specifically designed to let AI agents communicate smoothly no matter who built them or what framework they use. So if you've built a standalone agent with Google's ADK and its tools, the next logical step is making it A2A ready. You define its agent card, kind of like its public profile, and its agent skill, saying what it can do. This really helps foster a more connected AI ecosystem, both on Google Cloud and, frankly, beyond.
What's really interesting is seeing where AI is popping up in maybe unexpected places, like this intersection of AI and Web3. What kind of use cases are emerging there that leverage GCP?
Right. This specific blog post is really a call to action. It's urging people to apply AI thoughtfully within the Web3 space. It highlights concrete examples like using AI agents to manage DeFi portfolios, decentralized finance, or even execute blockchain transactions. And it specifically points to key Google Cloud services, things like Vertex AI Builder and the ADK for actually building these agents, and then the Vertex AI agent engine for deploying them securely and at scale. Oh, and just a quick side note, connecting this to the bigger picture, the DORA survey. It's still open. It researches what really drives software delivery and ops performance. Super relevant now with AI impacting everything. Also worth mentioning, Google got named a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for search and product discovery for 2025. It's, a good validation of their core platform strengths.
Definitely. Okay, speaking of core strengths, let's pivot a bit from AI's intelligence to the raw power underneath it all, the infrastructure. GCP keeps strengthening its foundations and simplifying workflows. What's new there?
Well, let's start with just raw connectivity, global reach. Google just announced the new SOL subsea cable. It's this huge transatlantic fiber optic system. Connects the U.S., Florida specifically, Bermuda, the Azores, and Spain.
Okay, so beyond just, faster internet for everyone.
Yeah.
What does this actually mean for us as GCP users? How does it impact our apps, our services running on Google Cloud?
Yeah, it's a big deal. Once it's operational, it's going to dramatically boost capacity and reliability on Google's global network. For you, using GCP, that translates directly into things like, well, snappier data transfers between continents for your apps, lower latency for your users maybe in Europe accessing a US hosted service, and even better performance for those demanding AI workloads that might need to reach across the globe. Think more responsiveness, smoother global data replication.
Gotcha. Okay, now for those of us running really demanding stuff, workloads needing super fast storage access, high I/O, what are the latest VM options in GCP?
Right, so the Z3 storage optimized VM family just got a big expansion. 9 new VMs with different local SSD capacities. And they even introduced a Z3 bare metal instance. These aren't your standard VMs. They are specifically engineered for workloads that absolutely need huge local storage and incredibly high performance. We're talking heavy-duty databases, SQL, NoSQL, vector databases, big data analytics, distributed file systems, that sort of thing. The bare metal instance is particularly interesting. It gives you direct, unshared access to the physical server CPUs. That's ideal if you need that low-level system access, maybe for private cloud platforms or custom hypervisors.
That sounds like some serious horsepower.
Yeah.
Now, shifting to developers, many of us start building locally, right?
Yeah.
Using tools we know, like Docker Compose.
Mm-hmm.
How is Google Cloud making that jump easier from local dev to cloud deployment, especially for those AI apps we talked about?
Okay, this is a huge win for developers. Honestly, it's a feature I'm personally really excited about. Google Cloud is working closely with Docker here. They want to dramatically streamline that workflow. The goal is to let you easily take those complex AI apps you built locally with Docker Compose and deploy them straight to Cloud Run. So they've taken the open source Compose specification, mostly used locally, and added a new command, Jun Cloud Run Compose up. What's brilliant here is this one command deploys your existing compose.yaml file right to Cloud Run. It handles building containers, setting up volume mounts for data on the works. It's in private preview now, but yeah, this could genuinely change how you deploy stuff. And just to show how powerful Cloud Run can be for this, look at the Gina Reader customer story. It's a popular service, provides reliable, LLM-friendly web content. Basically, it cleans up web pages so AI models can read them better. Behind it is Reader LM v2, a pretty beefy 1.5 billion parameter language model built just for converting HTML to Markdown.
Okay, so where does Cloud Run fit in? How does it make this sophisticated service work so well on Google Cloud?
Cloud Run play an absolutely crucial role. So the part that handles the complex web scraping, browser automation, cleaning the content, that runs on Cloud Run CPU. It actually runs full Chrome browser instances there. And here's the kicker. The Reader LM v2 model itself. That runs on Cloud Run with serverless GPUs. This setup, serverless GPUs, let Gina Reader process something like 100 billion tokens daily, efficiently, securely, all within Google Cloud. It really shows you can run serious AI in a managed serverless way.
Wow. Okay, data. It really is the lifeblood, isn't it? Modern apps, business decisions. Let's shift gears again. How is GCP making data management, analysis, security even stronger?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's wrestled with those really complex nested SQL queries in BigQuery, it can be a nightmare to read, let alone write. Is there a better way now?
Oh, you're definitely not alone there. It's a common pain point. Google has introduced something called pipe syntax. It's an extension to Google SQL specifically designed to fix that. It sort of reimagines how you write queries. It gives you this linear top-down flow. Instead of nesting queries inside queries, you use the pipe operator, it looks like, to chain operations. Filter, then aggregate, then join, all in a clear sequence. It drastically cuts down on the need for those messy subqueries or CTEs, makes your SQL much easier to read and write, especially for complex transformations or log analysis right in BigQuery. And beyond just making SQL simpler, BigQuery is also seriously leveling up its analytical power with advanced aggregate functions. Things like group by extensions, imagine easily grouping by multiple dimensions using GroupYRY-CB for all possible combinations, say, of sales data. There are also user-defined aggregate functions, UDFs, you can write yourself in JavaScript or SQL, and even approximate aggregate functions like KLL quantiles. Those approximate ones are fantastic for huge data sets where you need a really fast, good enough answer instead of waiting for a perfect, computationally heavy one. It gives you a lot more power in BigQuery.
So critical for businesses predicting sales, resource needs. What's this game-changing pre-trained model that's now directly in BigQuery using Google's AI research?
Right. This is where it gets really exciting, especially for data scientists and analysts. Times FM. It's a state-of-the-art pre-trained model from Google Research now right inside BigQuery. What's amazing is it was pre-trained on this massive time series data set 400 billion real-world data points. And because of that, it can do zero-shot forecasting.
Zero shot, meaning
Meaning it can make accurate predictions on data sets it has literally never seen before. No extra training needed on your end. And the best part, the inference, the prediction making, runs directly on BigQuery infrastructure. So no models to train, no endpoints to manage, no quotas to fiddle with. You just use a simple SQL function, AI.forecast. Really simplifies things.
imagine just asking questions about your data in plain English and getting answers straight from BigQuery or Looker. Is that that actually possible now?
That's exactly the promise of the new Conversational Analytics API. It's in preview right now. It helps you build an AI-powered chat interface, basically, a data agent that answers questions about your structured data in BigQuery, Looker, Looker Studio, just using natural language. Under the hood, it uses multiple AI tools, like natural language to query, NL to query, to turn English into SQL, even a Python interpreter. It builds context based on your data source. It's paving the way for custom agents you can just talk to about your data. Also, for folks using AlloyDB for PostgreSQL, that's Google Cloud's managed relational database, there's a neat new feature, the AlloyDB Performance Snapshot Report. It's basically a set of functions and views that capture snapshots of your AlloyDB system stats over time. Then it gives you these detailed reports comparing performance metrics between different points, really crucial for understanding database activity and, tuning performance.
Kubernetes. GKE deployments are everywhere now.
Yeah.
Backing them up reliably, especially across different projects, that's
Yeah.
non-negotiable on GCP, right? Well, what's new for backups?
Yeah, definitely critical. So in preview, there's a valuable new service called Backup for GKE. And the big news is it now supports cross-project backup and restore. What that means for you is a ton of flexibility. You can back up workloads from a GKE cluster in Project A, securely store those backups in Project B, and then restore them to a cluster in Project C. That level of flexibility, that resilience is fantastic for DR, migrating environments, or just better organizing your GKE stuff across your Google Cloud org.
Okay, moving storage buckets. Sounds simple, but often it means path changes, breaking applications. What's Google Cloud doing to make that less painful?
Right, it can be disruptive. Google Cloud has introduced cloud storage bucket relocation, and they're calling it a first-of-a-kind feature among cloud hyperscalers, which is, a pretty bold claim. But it genuinely makes moving buckets between locations remarkably easy. The key thing, like you said, is your bucket name, storage class, all the object metadata. It all stays identical.
No path changes.
Exactly. No path changes, no need to recode your apps, no broken links. It really simplifies those big data migration plans for cloud storage users in a way that just wasn't easy before. And finally, just hitting the security front quickly. The second CISO bulletin for June 2025 is out. It highlights the evolving threat landscape, specifically looking at European healthcare orgs this time. And it mentions how GCP services like confidential computing and sovereign cloud are key for handling sensitive patient data securely and compliantly in the EU. Just underscores Google's ongoing focus there.
Wow. Okay, that was a seriously packed deep dive. So many updates from just the first half of July on Google Cloud Platform. We've touched on everything from those hyper-personalized AI agents, simpler SQL, better infrastructure, securing data, all within GCP.
Indeed, yeah. And if you sort of connect the dots, all these updates really highlight Google Cloud's constant push. They're making these complex, cutting-edge technologies, AI, advanced analytics, robust infrastructure, more accessible, more powerful, and genuinely simpler for you to actually use in your solutions, no matter where you are on your GCP journey.
So as you think about your next project on Google Cloud, maybe consider which of these nuggets could really spark a new idea or unlock some hidden efficiency. Maybe it's at Times FM for forecasting or the A2A framework for your agents. Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.